Hello everyone, welcome to week 4 in our summer knit along, which is the finale to a month-long project that we've been working on called the Butterfly Cowl. You can see it over here, and I have another version over here just finished by one of our fellow knit alongers. I'm just going to find where you are on the screen. Okay, so the cowl is designed by Marin Melchor. You can find her designs on Ravelry. I'll put the link down below. And she's the designer behind this gorgeous knit in the round neck piece, and also the butterfly shawl, which some of you chose to do instead of the cowl. So there will be a big reveal coming up, so stay tuned. And it's also the day that we do our live prize draw. So the prize basket has been added to each week. We started off with 2 rainbow colored self-striping balls of pure wool, chunky weight, and I've added some fun rainbow stitch markers, progress keepers, some Made in Muskoka labels, and some other little accessories. There's some Chowgu knitting needles in there, circular. So it's a great little prize basket for a late summer project. Feel free to chime in and say hello. You can comment on what you're seeing here. If you have any questions, feel free to post your comments below. So the yarn that we've been using this month is the Earth Fingering, made by Earth Yarns. It is 100% superwash extra fine merino. Extra fine merino means it's extra bouncy and it has elasticity built into every stitch. So that creates a nice fabric which drapes but also doesn't lose its shape. And the colors are self-striping, and this particular color I'm holding is the same color that this cowl has been knit in, and believe it or not, this cowl has been knit in it too. So with 1 skein, 100 grams, you'll get 2 cowls if you decide to knit a second one, and they'll look completely different, just the way the colors come out of the skein. And for the contrast color on both of these, we use the black, a 20-gram mini skein. Some of you had a little bit left over from a past project. As long as it gives you, I think, about 80 yards and 20 grams, you're fine to do 1 cowl. You do need a second skein to do a second cowl. And if you had decided to do the butterfly shawl, then you needed 2 skeins of the self-striping yarn and a 100-gram skein of your main color. So there are some very exciting reveals coming up. Did I mention that? What we covered on this project was mainly increasing, make one left, make one right. So those are your directional increases, and they create that nice spine down the center of the project. And we covered short row technique, which is always a little bit daunting at first, but once you try it, it's easy breezy. It's all done during the garter stitch rows. So it's something I highly recommend that you try on a simple project, maybe something small like this, or if you feel more adventurous, you can do it on the butterfly shawl. And we also covered the lace work, which is just that final embellishment before you do the cast off. And then we chose to offer the option of knit-in beads, if that's something you haven't done before. You'll find all the tutorials and tips on our events page on Facebook, and I am uploading them to our YouTube channel, which is Muskoka Yarn Connection Official, and you can watch them there anytime for helpful hints. So the needle size that we worked on for the cowl, we upped it from a 2.75 millimeter to a 3 millimeter circular, 24 inch. And the shawl, I think it was a 3.5, so most of you would have stayed with that needle. And for the knit-in bead work, you would need a 1 to a 1.25 millimeter crochet hook for that technique. So it's been a very exciting month with new techniques to learn, and overall the project is something that was very timely because it represents our metamorphosis from our isolation in our cocoon to evolving into the new world around us, whatever that will become. And what other techniques? The garter tab, that was the little cast on section at the beginning to give you a nice straight edge. I'll bring both of the cowls closer to the camera so you can see the details. They both have the picot edge and the beadwork knitted in. So this is the original shop sample, which I have held up in front of the camera quite a few times. And it does have the knitted in bead and the optional picot cast off edge. So those instructions are posted in our event page, Summer KAL, K-A-L. It's a really pretty piece to wear in the fall or in the winter or give away as a gift. And then this is one of our knit-alongers project, just finished and blocked. And she has worked in these really nice glossy black beads into the final 2 rows before she did her picot cast off. So it adds a bit of bling without being too overstated. And now, if you're still with me, I am going to show you a butterfly shawl, all finished. So this will be the full-size project for any of you who have taken it on. Oops. Too many items on my mannequin. Okay, so that is using 2 skeins of the hand-dyed extra fine merino for the main color and 100 grams of color black for the contrast color. It's absolutely stunning. It looks just like an abstract artistic version of a butterfly. And there you can see how the shawl is shaped to give it a swallowtail point. So traditional triangular shawls would probably end about here, but this one has short rows that keep going and building up the section. It also has the little, what we call the pods, along the edge. And she's added the picot cast off, and if you look extra closely, you'll see that she's also improvised and put in rows of eyelets into what the pattern specified as the plain garter stitch in the black. So that happens twice throughout the shawl. So it's the kind of project that allows you the freedom of improvising. It's just stunning. Can you imagine wearing that into a special event? And the back looks equally as nice. It almost has more of a woven effect. So that was knit up during this month by one of our knit-alongers, and she very kindly let me show it to all of you today. But let's not stop there. Why don't we have a look at another big reveal of the butterfly shawl? And this is knit completely differently, a different yarn. Okay, so this one is knit with Richard DeVries hand-painted feed, which is also fingering weight yarn. And the main color is in a very soft, the contrast color is in a very, very soft blush pink. So it gives the reverse effect from the dramatic black as the contrast color. So both shawls are the same size, the same needles, 3.5 millimeter. This one has worked in 2 different shades in the main color. So you can see how they alternate. the darker lilac and gray, and then the light lilac, and then the dark again, and the light. And this one has the beads worked into the little pods around the very edge. So I'm going to bring that up closer and you can have a much better look. So in the pods there's that lovely pearlized bead, and I think she's worked in 10, so 5 on each side, 1 for every little pod. And there is the swallowtail point all blocked. So you can see how easy it is to change up the look of the pattern just by using different colors, different yarns, and working in beads. So back I go into my little butterfly cave. Hi Deborah, thanks for joining us. Hi Colleen, hi Karen. So here we have the ballot box. I better make a bit of room for the grand prize. So each of you in the knit along who signed up received an entry ballot with your name on it, and then each week during the live video on Fridays at 4 p.m. we had an incentive ballot to win. So anyone who won that would have a second ballot in here. So without further ado, I think we should just pick a winner. Hope everyone's having a great day. The humidity is finally leaving us in the Muskoka. Okay, the winner is Tina M. So Tina M, I believe, was knitting the butterfly cowl, and she did post a picture of her finished one. I think she finished it late last week or early this week, and she did the black for the contrast color, and I'm pretty sure she did the same as our sample. So she would have those lovely rose, burgundy, and green shades in hers. So congratulations Tina, you have won the grand prize basket, a reward for a job well done. So that is the end of our knit along this month. There will be another one coming out in the fall, so if you are watching us on Facebook, you'll see some notification about that. And I hope you all enjoyed your projects, your knitting. I mean, ripping out I'm sure was part of it. But I think after we've knit so long, we tend to become a good sport about ripping out. It's all part of the process. It's meditative, it's relaxing, it's creative, and thanks for tuning in for this month and taking the journey with me to create this beautiful project. I hope you're all happy with your finished cowl or shawl, and I can't wait to see pictures, so please continue to post them on our events page. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a great weekend.